Merry Christmas Eve, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas might be cancelled here in Britain, but that doesn't mean we can't still celebrate. Before we begin, you can join the battle for 60 subs before New Year by subscribing today. Let's get this ratio more even, what do you say? Anyway, on with the video. Attention all rival workshop creators! I have a challenge for you. I think it'd be really cool if Troop Master Grim from Hollow Knight was made in the Rivals workshop. Think of me as a kid on Christmas, and you're Santa. Or I guess Mr. Fornacy is Santa and you're his elves. Or I guess you're the elves, Rivals is Santa and Dan is the father of Santa? Did Santa have a dad? Never mind. It's not like I have a particular bias towards Grim or anything, but he would make an excellent character. We've had some sick characters this year, including the Knight himself, so why not complete the Hollow Knight roster with the Nightmare King himself? Let me help you out with some notes I made. Right. So, Grim would be fairly tall and quite light, based on his backstep, which lets him go a bit further than most characters. Grim's main gimmick would be transforming into his Nightmare version, Nightmare King Grim, or NKG. He would have a meter that gathers Nightmare Essence every time he hits someone, and when it fills up fully, he will transform in a burst of red flame. While in NKG form, his attacks will all be stronger, and some of his specials will change too. However, it will only last 20 seconds, but you can still do some epic damage in this time. Now, let's get into his moveset. His forward strong would be a sort of swipe with his cape, which lets him move forward a bit too, and it's based off his attack in the game. His up strong would let him use his cape to stab into the ground and cause a spike pillar to burst from the ground. This attack would have some lag, but will have really good range and decent knockback. In NKG form, a spike will actually come out from either side of him. His down strong will be a sort of a unique move that I made. Basically, he will splay his cape out low to the ground, like a sudden burst of spikes in a way. This will be quick to come out, but will have some head lag. Now his specials are more interesting. I'll start off with his neutral special, which is called Flame Pillar. Basically, you press it once and a red circle will appear on the ground, which you can move about the stage. When you press the special button again, a flame will burst out of the ground. This flame pillar is roughly the same height as you, and won't last too long. You can use these flame pillars 3 times before the circle disappears automatically. Alternatively, you can press any other button while the circle is activated, and the move will be cancelled. Also, if the flame pillar isn't activated within 10 seconds, the move will cancel automatically. Keep in mind that Grim will be vulnerable during this attack, since he will be standing still. However, he will be slightly hovering, so down tilts can't actually hit him. Off stage this won't do anything, since there isn't any ground. In NKG form, it will be called Raging Flame Pillar, and the flames will be bigger and stronger, and you'll be able to use it 4 times. Grim's side special will be his epic Nightmare Bats attack. When pressed, he will open his cloak and send out fast fiery bats in a pattern of 1-2-1, basically one on top, one on bottom, and another on top. If side special is held, he will continuously send them out, with a slight delay between each group of 3. These bats will also slightly home in on attacks, so if you try to jump over them and get too close, you'll most likely be hit. However, since they are in this pattern, it will be possible to dodge through them, just like in the game. In NKG mode, Grim will actually send out 4 bats, 2 on top and 2 at the bottom, and these will be larger, and they'll have better homing as well. Up special will be a move called Hell Uppercut, which we see Grim use after his swipe move. This will see him rising up at a diagonal angle in an uppercut motion. It hasn't got huge ranges of recovery, but it's still pretty good. It also has a special property. If the opponent is hit at the very end of the move, Grim will actually use his cape to throw them below him and blast out a spread of 4 fireballs. The opponent can be hit by multiple, and these fireballs can hit other opponents as well. Furthermore, it will give Grim a slight boost upwards, meaning you can get some cheeky gimps with this up special. In NKG mode, Grim's uppercut will do more damage as you're surrounded by nightmare energy. At the end of the move, even if he hasn't hit anyone, he will send out the fireballs, and 6 of them this time. To make it even more broken, if these fireballs hit the stage, they will actually burn there for a few seconds, which will be very annoying. He has 2 different down specials sort of. In his normal mode, it's called Flame Spawner. He will go into his pufferfish form, but instead of sending out these balls, he will stay in place and gather Nightmare Essence. This is similar to Cloud's down special. If Grim has 0 Nightmare Essence, it would take 7 seconds to fully fill his meter down using down special. So it's a useful move, however it will be cancelled if he is hit, and he will be vulnerable while using it. In NKG mode, he will perform the dive dash. He dashes along the ground with a trail of flame behind him, similar to Captain Falcon's. However, the main kick will do the knockback damage, whereas the trail of flames behind him will actually do multi-hit damage. The trail isn't very long, but it can still be utilised very well, and will guard Grim from melee attacks from behind. This move will be even better in the air. If it is used in the air, he will dive downwards diagonally. However, when he reaches the stage, the special button can be pressed again, as well as a directional input, and he will do a shorter version of his dash along the stage. This can be very effective to bait opponents, but requires a good read, since the time frame from when he lands and when he can use the dash again will be very small. However, this move can be used to trick opponents, since they might dodge the dive dash, but then be hit with a second dash. If anyone were willing to create this character, I would actually die inside. But in a good way. I would love to see my boy in Rivals, and even the Grimchild as a pet. Anything like that would be sick. So for now, peace out, raw safe, and have a good Christmas, you lot.